Hey guys, welcome back to TV Shop. Gonna be a little short video just because I want to do it. Got a few minutes to spare. It's good. I don't know what I'm gonna call this one here. Let's just call it repair of useless equipment. Just to see if I can make it work. Anyway, I'll show you what I got. On the workbench right here, I've already repaired this thing. Wasn't going to make a video of it, but I've got something that looks just super damn cool. But I really have absolutely zero use for this. But it's a Telecommunication Techniques Corporation Firebird 6000 Communications Analyzer. So this thing is back in the day of T1s and all that kind of stuff. This is test T1s basically and related equipment. That's just what this bad boy does. It is full of electronics. When it's been setting, I got it when I received all this other equipment. Where the same place I got my Syncor here and all my other Syncor equipment that I've got. This came with it right here. Of course, it's been sitting in my building out there for what, 2 years now, I guess. So anyway, I was thinking about it the other day. Somebody had something like that similar I was watching. So, I'm going to get that thing out and see if it works. And sure enough, I bring it in here, put it on the bench, hook it up to power supply, turn it on. First thing, the on-off button right here was completely all the way in. And so I took the cover off, found out the problem, fixed the switch, and still wouldn't come on. It beeped for just a second and that was it. So okay, well, alright, so had the top cover off, and I had to figure out what the heck's wrong. So it has two daughter boards, has a board, a motherboard. Let's see, how am I going to say this? It's stacked. There's a board, another board that piggybacks on top of it. That one there is plugged into a what do you call, a back plane, if you will, or a front plane in this case. Then it comes down and plugs into we'll call it the main board and the power supply. Anyway, I pulled the two cards out here, and then the big board, and left just the motherboard and the power supply. And when I did, powered it up, it came on. When I put the second, there's motherboard down here, then there's another big board right here, and I have no clue what it is. Anyway, when I put that board back in, it failed again. So basically what I got to doing is I started checking all the power supply lines. I love the way this thing's built, just really compact. I was able to identify the minus and positive 12 volts and the 5 volts and the ground. So with that information, I was able to ohm it out on my fluke here, K-ohm diode mode, and I found a short on the minus 12 volt line. So the next thing that I did is I just laid the card down on the work table here and took my bench power supply with a regulated current on it, put about 5 volts in it or something like that, or I don't remember what I did, and just limited the current to about an amp. Just let it sit there for a little bit. Then I went to my work truck outside. Should have already had this out. Got my FLIR. Pretty handy little dude. Came back in, scanned it with my FLIR, and found a shorted capacitor, a little shorted tantalum, one of them little orange suckers about yay long and about the diameter of a pencil lead, more or less. And anyway, shorted. So put that card in and it worked. Okay, so the next thing that I did is started put all the cards back in, and it didn't work again. So I pulled the daughter board and the little motherboard that was right in this area here. I found another one, shorted tantalum on it, same thing. I did it the same way. I knew where the voltages were. I found the short, put under my power supply here for a little while, cooked it, used the FLIR on it, identified it, took my wire cutters, just clipped it out, short went away, put it back in, it booted up again, and then went back down. And then there's another card on the very back. It's a T1 adapter. This card right here, same thing. I was able to identify it. It had a different pinout on it, so I had to re-identify it. But I identified it, measured again another short on the minus 12 volt line. Did the same thing, had it laid out, put my bench power supply on it. Found it, used the FLIR. So just clipped the capacitor. Because I wasn't going to spend no money on this because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it. But it sure is cute. Anyway, it's working. It's been running now for about 20 minutes. We'll test into 232-C V24. But if I remember right, these Adtran modems and all this stuff, I think that's what this is for. But I really have no use for this. It's just such a cool looking piece of equipment. I love the fluorescent display on these things and all the little lights and stuff. I have no use for this thing. If somebody wants this thing, you know, just kind of say, yeah, I might want this, and you know, we'll arrange some kind of a meeting here. You know, if y'all want this thing, just let me know. Whoever wants it, whoever says they want it first, we'll come up with some kind of a deal. I'll make you a good deal. I don't need it. Somebody can use it for something. I mean, I could probably make it, you know, use it to send data with. I mean, if I want to do that, but I don't know what I want to do with this. I'll never use this thing. Somebody wants it, they're welcome to it. All they got to do is just let me know somehow or another. We'll arrange a meeting. Anyway, that's all I had. It was fun little exercise and something modern, semi-modern. Fun trying to take those shorts down and identify this, and you know, after it was all said and done, I looked up the manual on it, and I just don't know what I want this thing for. On another topic, rearranged my bench just slightly. You'll notice if you're very astute on my channel, I had this was over there. This power supply was over there. It's over here now. Let's see. This bad boy right here. This 200 CD Hewlett Packard wide range oscillator. That was over there in that power supply's place. I moved it up here. I put it next to this here B&K 1820, and look how close that is. Man, that is just. And remember, I recapped that, and I didn't do any alignment to it at all. I just recapped it. And look at that thing; it's just dead nuts on that. Matter of fact, let me find it. I pull this thing off my bench. I repaired this, and I've never really liked it. I just felt like it was wrong for the application. That's not really the one I want. This dude, that dude is rock solid. Beautiful sine wave comes out of it, and it's dead on accurate. Anyway, I rearranged that. This WaveTech right here was up here, and this was on top of the WaveTech. This was down here, and I had a couple of things on that. So this wouldn't fit in here with this WaveTech, so I just took the handle off, turned it upside down, put it inside the cover, and used the screws. That way I wouldn't lose it. So that's better. This thing, I hated that right there being so far away from, you know, from where I work. But what I'd really like to have is this guy up here next to that. So I'm thinking about moving that TV over, scooting all this stuff over as much as I can, trying to make some kind of room to put this. But I wish I had a little more room in here. Oh, and the other thing, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I fixed my LC103. And of course I didn't do a video on it because this took a little thinking. There's no theory of operation on this, but somebody was nice enough to send me the schematic for it. And turned out there was a little 2N4401 transistor in there that drove a bigger power transistor. And what this thing does, when you're testing leakage on this thing, there's a high voltage generator section, and that generates a constant voltage. And what that big transistor does, that's controlled by the 4401, is it shunt regulates that voltage. And then it has a sensor on there that tells the unit what voltage is actually being generated, and that's how it regulates. But that 4401 transistor was bad. I mean, I found it by accident. I couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong. Found it by accident because this part of my hand right here touched it, and it's so burning hot. So when I checked it, it checked it as double diodes. So anyway, I didn't have a 4401, but I had something that come out of my Radio Shack miscellaneous transistors. But I put it in there. It had pretty good gain and all that. I put it in there and it worked. So now everything's back to normal on this thing. Thank the good Lord above. So I was happy to get my baby fixed up. So anyway, update on this guy. I talked to the owner. I had breakfast with him Monday or Tuesday, and he, being this is still owned by the TV station and they're under a moratorium right now for spending, he said just put it aside, and when we can spend some money again, he'll just store. I gave him the parts list for Mouser, so when they get to where they can spend some money, he'll order all the parts that I requested, and we'll get this repaired. Whenever he gives me the go ahead and the parts arrive, we'll get that bad boy going. But I'm going to put it back in its case back out there to get it out of my bench. I don't like that neck sticking out right there. I've done bumped it twice. Let's see, what else? This dude here, I hadn't turned it on in over a week. I've got the brightener in for it. I'm just going to put that back in, but I'm going to wait till I get that out of here so I can put this back on it. And I want to put that in, make sure everything is still working. Then I'm probably going to make me a little table to take it out there to my shop out there at Fairbanks and put it out there. Still ain't found a CRT for that. So anyway, that's all I got going on, guys. Really, it's kind of slowing down here a little bit. Getting ready to go back and getting ready for deer season, so things gonna be slow a little bit. There's one other one that I might tackle. This guy, I don't know if I've shown this to you guys or not. This little television right here. It's a little Sony, I believe. A Sony solid state. It actually works. It's a little battery powered rig. Don't have the batteries, of course. It's missing the top plate right there, the little top trim right here, which sucks. And it's missing one of the knobs right here, which sucks. But it does work. It does come on. However, you can tell there's a few capacitors in there that probably not right because the vertical don't quite look right. But the CRT's in it's super bright. And my little RCA right here, still hanging in there. It's a good little television. Got that little bit of interference from whatever it is in this electrical system. Also, one of these days I'll change these lights out to LEDs like I did these guys. So anyway, that's an update on the shop. Just out here bopping along there, and sure felt good work on something a little bit modern there. And I was just in a diagnostic mood this afternoon, I guess, but it's just such a cool looking thing. And like I said, if anybody wants this thing, get with me. Something we'll get together so we can exchange information. I'll find a box and figure out shipping, and if you pay the shipping, I mean, yeah, I could put this thing on eBay. I don't want to do that. I don't care. Somebody who wants it and can use it, just pay the shipping for the stupid thing, and it's yours. How about that? So anyway, whoever's dated first on the replies, that's who I'm going to roll with. Anyhow, that's all I got for the channel, guys. Thanks for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe if you don't mind. And I guess when I get something to work on, we'll come back and work on something. So y'all have a great day and a better tomorrow. See y'all. Bye.